Brandon, punctuality is so important. And the fact that you can't get here on time is just really frustrating. We have a show, an obligation. There is breaking news going on, according to Tom Pelissero.
Next time I see you, I'm hip dropping you.
The hip drop tackle
I'm going to hip drop you for throwing me on the bus.
I was here since 7:30 in the morning.
Okay, yeah, we all believe it.
I was here. I was totally not just doing my hair because I... I'm here on time. I was late. It was me. It was my fault. We here.
Tom, the truth is a spectrum. Grossi. Oh, steering. We steer.
You are the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show.
I steer you towards the truth.
That's debatable.
You steer us right.
Perna, and this is
cliff of lies.
P. Are you wearing a full zip?
What?
You wearing a full zip?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am too. I never wear full zips.
Hey, usually each got little circles on the... What's that?
This is St. Jude.
Mine's a bar in the mountains, but same difference.
Honestly, combine both those things and you have greatness.
St. Jude opens bar in mountains, raises $10 gazillion.
Done.
Kids are healthy everywhere. World saved.
You're welcome.
Damn, we just did it.
We did it. And we get to wear these. Yeah. You can wear either one, right? But that's the dress code. So you ain't got to worry about it.
Are we the hoodie boys now?
Well, you just got to be careful.
We the hoodie boys?
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah.
We the hoodie boys.
We've been worse. So that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we got some breaking news because we were going to redraft the 2023 NFL draft because there's not a whole lot going on. OBJ apparently has been offered a contract by the Dolphins. We did see Jerry Sneed gets traded, so we were talking about that. But breaking news because the NFL coaches meeting, they're having their talk, their annual meeting. According to Tom Pelissero, it looks like the hip drop tackle, which we spend all day talking about on Friday, has been banned, which means you can't hold them around the waist anymore, around the hips, and then just go, I'm dead, and then just pull them down. You can't do that no more. Can't do it.
Yeah, you have to think about tackling when you're grabbing a man by his waist now. You have to think about doing something to make your job even harder.
Do you think, in middle school, they're going to start enacting this, right? So, the middle school dances, someone usually puts, their arms around, your neck, and then you, hold them by their waist. If they're playing football, do you think they're like, no, slapping their hands away just to kind of build that in early?
Yeah, they could.
Can't even do it at middle school dances anymore, which is fine because all middle schoolers deserve to get drop kicked anyway. And now you can't do it in football.
Yeah, so this is probably going to result in basically one terrible penalty in every game for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, because this is not roughing the passer where it's already messed up, but at least that's not going to get called so insanely frequently in a game. And the rollout of this, I think it's going to be rough. And the fact that it's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first, is damn.
If they wanted to do a year where they try and emphasize it more in terms of fines and whatever,
sure,
I can live with that. But one, it's not that big of a problem in the NFL. I believe that. So if you believe that, then if you're arguing against it, it's so who cares? It's probably, if it's not that prevalent, then there's not going to be that many penalties and it's not going to affect too many games. That's a possibility.
Well, it ain't spoiled yet, baby.
But what we see is when it depends on how they roll this out. Are they going to emphasize? If they use the word emphasize getting it out of the game, we screwed. The first 6 weeks of the season,
Right.
we're going to be so angry at so many subjective calls that don't feel correct. If they get the call, even if they get the call right, we're going to be debating whether the intent was like a guy just trying to make a tackle, or did he have a choice and he tried to do that? And I don't think many tacklers out there are trying to do this in the NFL. But it'll be interesting.
It is going to, because that's the thing. Perna and I, like when we were talking about it, we weren't against them trying to make the game safer. And if you're going to slowly like work this out of the game, sure, that makes sense, right?
You
like,
know what? I'm actually anti making the game safer from this point. I think it's been made as safe as possible, actually.
You're like, I'm done now.
I think it's as safe as it can be in terms of rules. If they want to get better with the equipment, with helmets, work on technology that's going to reduce concussions, I think it's as safe as it's going to be. It's football. There's a part of it that's dangerous, man.
I mean, yeah, 300-pound people running full speed at one another and tackling one another. So yeah, it's going to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just am terrified of this rollout. Like just how they're going to enforce it, what it's going to look like, because I mean, it'll work the technique out of the game. Don't get me wrong, because I mean, like that's harsh. 15-yard penalty, automatic first. Like somebody's going to cost their team the game just trying to like stop Derrick Henry. And just be like, hey, I'm just trying to bring the guy down.
Oh, I'm trying to tackle a guy who is 220 pounds and runs a 4.5 40. Well, Derrick Henry, I already told you just go for his ankles. Ankle drop tackle. Not hip, ankle drop.
Ankle drop. Look like Kurt Angle. Well, you, I think, tweeted out about this too, right? Because it said like the NFL was concerned about the amount of points being scored because it dropped decent, like what, by like 6 points or something?
Basically
on
a touchdown a game. It went like from 49 to 43 points per game. As soon as I saw that, I knew they were going to ban the hip drop.
Flag.
NFL's like, too much defense is happening. This is disgusting.
Well, it's that because now
gross.
Here's the problem, right? We talked about these crappy offenses that existed last year. And there's not just one reason for them to exist. I think you have an increase in mediocre like QB play. I think you have like different defensive techniques that are going to limit the big play, because that's how defenses are going to adapt to a guy like Patrick Mahomes and all the elite throwers in the NFL. But at the same time, like defense is a part of this game and one that we emphasize a lot. But if you're worried about like, well, now there's not as many points, well, darn it. Like it just like that seems the ulterior motive because you want to make the game more exciting, which that's when things start get wonky for me.
Well, and that doesn't make sense, right? Like last year was one of the greatest viewed seasons of NFL ever, right?
You're welcome, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Like there were more eyeballs on the game that like it was like every week, new ratings record. And sure, the offense hasn't like it went back to like 2020. I think it was talking about points. Offense hasn't been quite as fun. I agree. It feels like defense has been better, but even the Chiefs, the team that won the Super Bowl, their offense wasn't amazing last year. They were a safe offense. They took what was given to them. They relied on their good defense, and they got into the playoffs. And by that time, they were conditioned, and they just played smart football. So it's weird for the NFL to be like the Kansas City Chiefs, the team that won the Super Bowl, still too boring. Maybe we can make defense a little harder. The other thing I want to say is if I ever get like sued, I want to be sued by the NFLPA because that organization, that association does not scare me. It has got to be one of the least effective associations on earth, Tom. What have they done ever that's actually helped the players? Every time there's the NFL versus NFLPA, you know who wins? NFL. NFLPA runs away with their tail between their legs. If I'm the players right now, I'm pissed off that my representation isn't being heard. It sucks. NFLPA sucks. I just said it.
Let's talk about this because this is the thing that there's always something that forces this very harsh fact into the sunlight. You saw it with Dan Snyder all the time.
Yeah.
It's the people that really run the NFL.
There's 32 men.
There's 32 dudes, right? One's not an owner, but they're owners, most of them billionaires. And that's why, like, when Roger Goodell, he's ushered out on stage and everybody boos him. It's fun. Listen, we partake in the booing of Roger Goodell here 100%. And plus, now I know that man can break my hand with a handshake, too. It makes it even better. So we boo, but he don't got the power. There's literally like 32 dudes who have the power, and that's it. It's the owners who are going to make these rules so it makes them the most amount of money and all that stuff. And unfortunately, like David Bakhtiari was back tweeting about this again. They're like, oh, they're putting the grass fields. I forget where they were putting it in. I think AT&T Stadium maybe. They're like, oh, the grass fields are like, oh, so soccer players get them, but you don't have players do. Yeah. Meanwhile, players are coming out and the NFLPA is coming out saying, we don't want this. Like, that statement was as clear as you could get. They're like, we want the game safer, but this is not the way to do it. It's going to cause too much confusion. And they're like, okay, that sounds good. All right, great. And then they passed it anyway.
Yeah.
Not for Strouds, baby. Not for Strouds. So,
I just don't get the goal there by the NFL.
Say again?
Sometimes the NFL, I don't get the goal, the point. They're going to say safety, but like players don't want it. Fans don't want it.
Doesn't help.
Just the owners. The owners just decide it's something they want. And they'll be like, we're going to get it because we're the owners. We're the richest. That's just how that shit works.
I mean, just like, dude, we were worried about officiating before.
Add another subjective call for them.
And that's actually speaking in favor of the refs. Too,
yeah.
Right? Because Perna and I were going through the rules on Friday. And there were some we were looking at, and like we've watched football our entire lives, and they're like, dude, like I don't even understand what this is trying to say. It is a difficult job, right? Maybe you should have full-time refs, but it's a difficult job that they're not doing full-time, and they're expected to know a lot. And when you add, you hit the nail right on the head. When you add more subjective calls into it, that's where it's going to be a problem because you could automate a lot of this. You could automate a lot of this and be like, okay, we're good with that. You could still have officials and all that great stuff, so you can still have the human element to that game. But a lot of calls that are like, hey, that shouldn't have been called, that can be overruled real quick. But we not do. Good defensive football is great, especially when going up against like good offenses. I think you saw a lot of bad offenses last year and some good defenses, but this is going to make it. I get it. You want to protect your star players so you make the most amount of money. I get it. Get the most amount of eyes on the product. I get it. But like Joe Burrow, you know what I mean? Like, can't do nothing about that.
His wrist fell onto the,
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Here's if they're conservative with this, then maybe it's not that big of a deal. Also, if it benefits my team, then I'm going to love it. If it's the Chiefs, if the Chiefs love to hip drop all of a sudden, if they're the most penalized hip dropping team in the NFL, then bravo, league.
I respect it.
Bravo.
Oh,
I swear, if I win a game off of this, I'm going to be so happy. So happy.
Someone just hip drop tackles Stidham. And you're just like, done. We win. 15-yard penalty, boot it through. Done.
I want to see Russell Wilson get penalized for hip dropping a guy. After Russell Wilson fumbles, he chases him down and hip drops him and then is penalized for it. A quarterback getting this flag would be the most hilarious thing.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, so there's a couple rules that have been enacted now. So the Detroit one, protect a club's ability to challenge a third ruling following one successful challenge. So I like that one. So that's basically if you have two challenges, if you get one right, that means that you could do a third one.
Yeah. That is an indication that the NFL is not fully confident in its officiating.
Some of these might be used on hip drop tackles. So yeah, let's see. This one, allow for enforcer major foul by the offense prior to a change of possession in a situation there's fouls by both teams. So then that's on the offense if it's egregious. And then it's the hip drop tackle. So the kickoff rule doesn't seem like that one was enacted.
I guess not. I like potentially dangerous tackling technique.
Yeah. Hold on, let's we could go in enhance. That didn't enhance it at all.
You're wrong.
There we go.
Hey Tom, that's wrong.
Please hold. Okay. All right, so initiating replay, right? Minimum of 2 challenges, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's just kind of going on through there. Third one, yep, that's fine. Okay, and then if you're still out of timeouts, you can't do a challenge still, so that's fine. All right, for initiating a challenge when a team has exhausted its timeouts, loss of 15 yards enforced as a foul between downs.
Ooh.
So, like, again, if you messed up and you have no timeouts and the coach still throws a challenge flag because they forget the rules, damn, loss of 15 yards. There you go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. All right. So it's going to be interesting.
See, and it always happens. Like, you get worked up about a rule that you don't like, and then it does benefit your team, and you're just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Because when the NFL moved the point after attempts back, when it went from, the like a 15-yard field goal or whatever to 33 yards, I hated that rule. I hated the rule change. I was like, this is a stupid thing to do. And then championship game.
Soon.
And one of the big proponents for it was Belichick and the Patriots. Shit cost them the game championship. They missed a PAT, and it was a difference towards the end there. So I was like, ooh, okay. So I hope I feel that way about the hip drop by the end of the season.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the NFLPA
I doubt we will.
They're hurting right now. The NFLPA is hurting, but I mean, listen, there's lots of things going on in the NFL. There's lots of things going on in the NFL.
How long do you think before the NFL mandates that defenders have to play blindfolded?
It's just like the visor is like blacked
but
out.
You can't see
anything. It's basically like the helmet that Luke Skywalker wears when he's training.
It's like every quarter, one defender has to put over the visor. So you got one defender who's blind.
I think you just do everybody.
Just do all of them.
Just like playing in a dome, right? Have night vision on the screen, all the lights off, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Why not?
Love it. What if you just take the defense off the field and we just see which quarterback can throw it to the receivers into the end zone the most?
I think that's the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. No, but you get rid of running backs. Nobody wants those fucks on the field. Don't want to pay those fucks anything. Offensive linemen, don't need them. Just get Patrick Mahomes and the fastest guys on earth and Josh Allen and let him throw right into the end zone. There's your points.
That's it. It's combine all over again. There you go.
And they're naked too, right?
What? No, Brandon. Why are they always naked? They
hot wieners flopping around out there.
Just.
You ever watched a hot wiener touchdown, Tom?
I've seen wieners pop out during a 40-yard and
yeah, baby, we want more of that.
Post-game locker rooms.
Yeah.
Looking at you for Shante Shango.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like, listen, it's just gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. And I don't think that there's a lot of faith because I don't think there's a lot of faith that has been built up and goodwill that's been built up on behalf of the officials and just enforcing this. My question is, do you think that there's any universe where the rollout of this is so bad they stop it after a year, like the pass interference thing?
No, because
they had like you could challenge pass interference and that was people were like, yeah, finally we could do that, and it slowed down the game to a point where it was like, this is exhausting.
It wasn't even that it like slowed it down. It was that they never
change.
The officials never admitted that they got the call wrong.
Oh,
like it was just. Like, okay, we're going to do this to appease the masses, but we're not going to actually do it.
Yeah.
We're going to make it as bad as possible so nobody asks for it again. Which I get. I should do that with videos I don't want to make.
That's it.
Just make this one horrible so nobody asks for it.
Yeah, just like one you've been hyping up for a while. Like people just like really want it. And
I don't like doing this anymore.
You're like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. We can talk about real quick. So besides obviously other rules, ooh, I'll take that. Cornhole with extra steps, just a few extra ones. That's it.
Yeah.
Sneed getting traded.
L'Jarius Sneed.
So I like this for the Titans. You know, the Titans, they paid him a good amount of money. Like they're paying some premium dollar to go get
it's
Sneed
corner.
here.
Do it.
But I think like this is a good trade for them. The Chiefs getting just a third, I know aren't like super pleased as a 2025 third round pick. But again, talking about leverage, there was there was very little of it.
Yeah, I think it's a great addition for the Titans. Sneed was really good. Maybe a little even underrated for what he did. And I hope the Chiefs are not able to replace his production. So I hope it makes their defense significantly worse and the Titans much better. But yeah, I thought they would have gotten more for him for sure. And I know paying him is it like 55 million guaranteed?
It's
a
like
big guaranteed number.
Yeah, I don't think
but it's a corner. That's an important position.
Yeah,
Pay
55 is the overall number though. Yeah. Is that true that it's only a flag if they land on the carrier's legs? I'm looking it up right now.
It's only going to be a flag when the refs decide it's a flag. That's what's actually going to happen.
Okay, so you know what? No, so I'm hoping that, I mean, dude, it's going to be so difficult because you have to work against gravity and stuff and be like, oh no, let me pivot my body so I don't fall on this person's legs. But here, move to eliminate, blah, 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 grabs the runner with both hands or wraps the runner with both arms and unweighs himself by swiveling and dropping, blah, 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 landing on and trapping the runner's legs at or below the knee.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, so can't land on him. Can't do that. All right. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, no, I do like the signing for the Titans. It's definitely going to make that defense better. I mean, their D-line is already pretty damn solid. Yeah, the Titans are going to be a weird team, I think, this year in a competitive division. Yeah,
it's like, what's the Will Levis experience?
Yeah. I mean, when you're going up against Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud, and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. I don't know how good Will Levis is, but I know he's fun to watch. So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm down for it.
For defensive ends? I don't know about defensive ends. I mean, unless they're like thrown in coverage randomly or like they're going after someone with the ball. Like the quarterback, I don't think that they're going to have to worry about that because they're just going to have to worry about roughing the passer. But yeah, I don't think so.
Did you see this, Tom?
I saw that he went to the Steelers. I did see this. Yes, Jerry Jones doodling.
Yeah. So I saw like this photo, I don't know, a ton of times. And then, somebody pointed out.
There you go, that's fair.
I like that it's not that it's like it is scribbles. It is just scribbling. But it's literally nothing. It's not like some happy faces or little like doodles. It's just, I don't know.
That's what my autobiography is going to be.
Honestly, this looks like Nathaniel Hackett drawing up an offensive play. And this is Russell Wilson scrambling when there's no reason to scramble.
It's on NFL official paper too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the watermark and everything.
Look at
that.
Jerry.
That is a good offensive game plan right there. So yeah, what this was in response to, by the way, is
this was Dak Prescott's new contract?
Here you go, Dak.
We don't know. Like Jerry's mind's already gone. We just don't know. He's like, here you go, Dak. I'm gonna make you as rich as you need to be.
He's like, Jerry, this is just a bunch of scribbles, and he's just like,
yeah, but how many zeros you see in those scribbles?
Yeah, I know it definitely hurts still for the Chiefs, but that was in response to asking about if Dak Prescott could win a Super Bowl, like all these other quarterbacks could win a Super Bowl, and he's like, no, I think Dak Prescott can be one of those QBs who could win a Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie, it would fill me with so much joy if Dak Prescott went to another team and won a Super Bowl.
If he came to the Broncos and won a Super Bowl?
As long as it's not against the Packers, that's fine. Like, I would die laughing if after all this time, he just goes and Tom Brady's it. Like, first year with the team, just goes, wins the Super Bowl, and then it's just like, all right, I'm going to retire.
Yeah. Dak's a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
Cowboys are just a flawed team. Tragically.
Yeah. I mean, they also don't show up in the playoffs. They just don't.
That's a tough time to do it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and to go back, I don't think the Chiefs got fleeced. I would love to say they got fleeced. We knew Sneed was on his way out. You know what I mean? Like, we've known that for a while. They got something for him. They didn't want to pay him, couldn't afford to pay him. You trust the Chiefs to draft that position at this point? And they've moved on from a handful of like good corners over the years, and they've been able to replace the production. So Like, I would imagine they're just drafting a corner at 32. It's
Yeah.
like, we're getting
Or wide
another
receiver.
guy who's going to be really good for us. You
Hey.
trust him in Spag's defense. You got Chris Jones back.
That's a good point.
Anyway.
Hey, you didn't smoke in 2 months? Let's go, baby.
Nice.
Let's go. Rattler, I don't think unless he's there like day 3, like a 5th, like, which I don't
Why the hell are you giving the Packers a quarterback, Jay?
Because Goody said that he actually, like, they're always looking for a quarterback.
Rattler's my guy. If I can't get a quarterback in round 1, Broncos currently don't have a round 2 pick. I'm praying to God Rattler's available the 3rd and we can get him. I just like whoever I did a video about. So I like Rattler, I like McCarthy, and I like Bo Nix at this point.
You're going to do an episode on Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind if the Broncos drafted this guy.
If I just learn about a player, I'm like, that guy's going to be amazing.
He's going to be a star. He is going to be a star. Yeah. Hey, let's go. Let's go, Andrew. You know what? Before we jump into the redraft.
Sure.
I want to... It's not giving you some props, but I feel like giving you some props.
Me?
Yes. I recently saw it again over the weekend, and it randomly showed up. Peyton Manning's retirement speech was really well done.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
He don't
I
fuck
feel
around.
like when it happened, it was kind of just like a whirlwind. There was so much going on, and like, but I went back and it like just came up on my feed, and I watched it again. I was like, you know what? That was like really, really well done. And it just like gave me even more like respect for Peyton Manning. So
yeah, it sucks because, and this happens, right? Like if your last year as a quarterback isn't good,
yeah,
it ruins your whole legacy a little bit. Like people remember Peyton not playing well that last season, the Broncos winning a Super Bowl, and they're like, oh yeah, that guy was overrated. They forget, like when I say I think he's the best quarterback to ever play the game, like I mean that because he earned that respect out of me.
Sure.
And I thought that about him when he was a Colt. When I watched him destroy the Broncos in the playoffs twice, when I went and watched him live just come back and beat the Broncos, like that guy is just a different beast at the line of scrimmage. Like what he does is insane. And the 2013 season, like he's just so good on top of like being funny and nice on the microphone. Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's crazy to me that he doesn't get the respect that I think he deserves because he didn't have the same amount of Super Bowls as Tom Brady.
See, but that's why you get into accomplished, right? Like Brady's the most accomplished. I don't think he's the most talented talented guy to ever throw the ball.
And like Brady, like physically, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning are similar. Like they're not wowing people with their mobility. Or I think Tom had probably a little bit better of an arm than Peyton Manning, at least post his neck surgeries. Like Brady threw a really pretty football.
Yeah.
But it was never like he never had like arm strength, right? Superior arm strength. Brady was very accurate, and quarterbacks don't get enough credit for being accurate. But like Manning, even when he was good, like his spirals are always a little bit wobbly.
Yeah, a little ducky.
But they always got there. And I don't know. He just didn't look like other quarterbacks. And I don't think he got enough credit for what was in that giant brain of his.
I mean, listen, I think that I don't know if he's the best, but he is one of the best. Like he's like top 5. And again, it's just like because the way he thought about the game, like him going like toe to toe with Brady too, like those were like some of the best. And like it really just allowed me to go, damn, like we watched like a golden era of football.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
really
we're kind of like, you could say that now, just depends on how it shakes out, but
sure.
Like Mahomes is insane. Josh Allen is insane. Lamar Jackson is not as good as CJ Stroud, but is insane. Joe Burrow, great. Aaron Rodgers, if he can be healthy and play another great season, like there's always a handful of really good quarterbacks. But Peyton Manning was so good. And he went to Super Bowl with 4 different head coaches.
That's true. He got Adam Gase a job multiple times. multiple times.
Yeah.
So
it's just like it's hard to quantify sometimes, but
I
want to see if I can find this.
So how do you tackle someone from behind now? You can't go horse collar. I think because, like, if I'm not mistaken, you could still grab somebody and, like, bear hug them and take them down, right? Like, that's still fine. It's just more of just, like, going dead weight and just throwing it up and then just landing on their legs, I think. I'm not saying it's going to be easy because you're all, like, running 20 miles an hour, too. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, it did not impress me. The new Crow trailer did not impress me. And I like Skarsgård a lot, but yeah. No, it's not good. It's not good.
Let's see.
Honestly, it varies from month to month. Yeah, it's like insane in January. December, it's really good. September, it's really good. End of April, it's good. And then, like, depending on free agency. But other than that,
I like that tweet.
Fluctuates. What are you looking for, Brandon?
This throw Josh Allen made.
Oh, your favorite quarterback?
Yeah.
Do you I know you like the Bills, but I think you like Josh Allen just more, if I'm not mistaken. It could be.
Yeah, I'd marry Josh Allen if you wanted me to.
So are you?
But no, but I like the Bills.
No, it's fine. Are you low key hoping that there's a scenario where like Josh Allen doesn't have the greatest season, and because of that, the Broncos like the Bills are looking to trade him, and then the Broncos are able to sweep in? Like, would that be a fairy tale ending for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's more I think I'm starting to figure it out. I'm just trying to dive deeper and deeper into Brandon's love for the Bills because it makes sense. You know, Bills and Bills Mafia, they're dope. But like it's over the top and it's Josh Allen. That's what it is.
Well, it really goes down. It comes down to the early 90s, Tom, in running backs. All right. I was a Broncos fan my whole life. But I love Barry Sanders. So that's why I like the Lions. And the Bills and the Lions are underdogs. And I root for underdogs. I fucking love an underdog.
Fair.
So they got those two things going. But I really like Thurman Thomas, too. So, like, when I was, impressionable, 9, 10-year-old boy, 11, whatever, playing tackle football, playing running back, I wanted to be like Thurman Thomas. I wanted to be like Barry Sanders. The Broncos didn't have a premier running back until they got Terrell Davis. So, like, I that's why I like the Bills. And one of my friends liked the Bills. So, and I always liked the Bills too because, Jim Kelly and their offense was good, but nobody was ever saying Jim Kelly was better than John Elway. And Elway, Marino, Kelly all come out of the same draft class. Elway was my favorite, obviously, but I fucking hated Dan Marino. Marino was probably my first quarterback that I really hated because people would argue that he's better than John Elway. And I'm like, screw you. He's not better than John Elway. So that's why I genuinely liked the Bills. And I've been trying to find it. If we could, I'll do it on GPS because I wrote a paper when I was in 3rd grade about the Bills comeback against the Houston Oilers in the playoffs.
Can I grade it?
Yeah, you should grade it.
Can I grade it?
Like, it's handwritten. It's a whole, I watched that game and then I wrote about it in school. It was a writing assignment. And I read it a couple years ago and I put it somewhere and I can't find it. But it's literally projecting what I was going to do for a career before I knew that.
That's pretty amazing.
Recapping the game.
You should make that a standalone video. You should just read it and present it just like this was written by 3rd grade me.
If I can find it.
I have not watched Dynasty yet. I haven't had a chance to. So I heard it was good. It started off good. And then I heard a bunch of former players who were we were interviewed for it and they just focused on all the bad stuff. So, that's that. You got to watch out for that edit.
I was trying to find this Josh Allen throw against the Commanders.
Right, Glenn? It's not just me. That's what I'm thinking too.
Somebody posted it. He's rolling out to his right. He throws this dime to Diggs. It's the end zone cam. I saw it. If anybody can tag me on it on Twitter, please do. And I will show the throw because it is so freaking good. And it just reaffirms my love affair with Josh Allen, who is going to be a father, by the way.
Fair. I mean, are you a little jealous that he's not your dad?
Josh Allen?
Yeah.
No, my dad's cool.
No, I didn't say your dad wasn't cool. But
I want Josh Allen to be like my brother.
Okay.
I want to be his older brother, and I want him to credit me for his success.
Okay.
and I want to be
We want to rewrite reality.
compensated on a yearly basis for
There's a
being his
finder's
brother.
fee where it was just like, hey, I knew you could be talented.
Like, if my older brother, Brandon Perna, didn't pick on me and rough me up when we were little, I wouldn't be so good at football today. That's all. That's all I ask.
Listen, all I'm saying is that there was like one prospect at least that knew who I was at the combine. How far away are we for either a player, like a current player in the NFL, either saying screw Tom Grossi and or Brandon Perna or crediting us for anything?
You're probably close to credit.
You think so?
Yeah, sure.
See, I want Tom Brady to just say he hates you so that your channel explodes and does really well.
Dude, I would love for Tom.
Oh my God. If you got into an online beef with Tom Brady, I want him on GPS still. I still think that would be an amazing interview. Yeah. And we would just go through the saga of FYTB. We would just go through the entire thing. I will not be biased. I will moderate the entire thing and we'll have a lovely conversation.
Yeah. If I could interview Tom Brady and we just spent 40 minutes talking shit to each other, that's all I'd want to do.
That's it. No, that's all I'd want. Like, that's what the video
is. And I'd want you to give him all of the stuff to really roast me. You know what I mean?
Oh, no,
like,
I'd give
really
him
attack my character and my smallness. You know, if you go after my size, my brittle bones.
Let's go.
All my shortcomings. And he just really sticks the knife in. Because I'm going to go hard. But I want him to go harder. That's what I want.
Okay. I appreciate that. All right, we redrafting?
Let's redraft here.
Redraft. Come on now.
Now, if I got to interview Josh Allen, what we would do is Josh Allen and I would just talk shit about Tom Brady the whole time. And Patrick Mahomes. First question to Josh Allen would be like, what's it feel like knowing you're a superior quarterback to Patrick Mahomes, but you just can't get to the Super Bowl? Do you blame it on your defense? I would if I were you.
And he'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go."
And Patrick Mahomes is good. I'm not saying he's not.
Hey,
all right, here we go.
Congrats on the new job. Let's freaking fracking get it. Wrestling finishers, yes. I want to see somebody get RKO'd. I want to see it. They've banned the hip drop tackle. They haven't banned the RKO. I'm just saying. They can do an RKO.
What's the RKO?
An RKO is when usually like someone stands up and you go and like grab them around the neck and then like throw your weight forward so it like slams them to the ground. It's like it's Randy Orton who does it. It's his finishing move. Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised you haven't seen like one of those internet videos. It's like RKO out of nowhere and they like run up and they RKO somebody.
RPOs?
RKO?
RPO.
Close.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Marino's so much better than LA.
8 minutes before we got to this.
Yep.
The 2023 NFL Draft.
Da, 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 da.
You're on the clock.
Okay. Well, wait. Why is it the Cardinals?
I don't know. Are they trade part? I think you just select. So we are the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
Now, okay.
This is going to go so
This is why this is a tough one, Tom, because if you're the Panthers, I don't think you're trading up to number 1.
Sure, but let's just assume they did it already. Let's just assume that they did it, right? Because I completely agree with you. They're going to be like, no, we'll keep it. We'll draft Caleb Williams this year. So Carolina, I think they're going with CJ Stroud then.
See, this is what sucks, because if you're the Houston Texans, you're like, we are not redoing this draft.
No, you're like,
we will literally redo any draft we've ever done, but not this one, guys. Sorry, Houston. This is really just a way to slap Houston in the face. So, yeah, they're going to take CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
And you know what sucks is CJ Stroud is not going to be as good with the Panthers. So he'll be good, but like, I mean, Adam Thielen might have 2,000 receiving yards, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he does have some Cooper Kupp left in him.
Oh, hold on.
What?
Hold on. I want to show you this. Sorry, I know it's like getting back into the hip drop tackle thing, but the NFL just showed a video of what's illegal. Like they gave a demonstration, if you will. Sorry, real quick. So that, which, oh boy.
Oh, a tackle is illegal now. It literally is, a tackle is illegal.
Yeah, so he landed on his legs there. So, like, that's why I could see that one being bad, right? Because he lands on Gino's legs.
Yeah, but I mean, you're trying to ask a defender to... That's the only one that looked bad to me. That one.
Yeah, that looked really bad.
But that's because quarterbacks they play the game like soft little boys.
That's like that. Like, I don't know what you do with that. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, they're running away from you. It's just going to be so difficult.
Yeah.
It's going to be so difficult. Sorry. I just thought that people would appreciate that because...
yeah, it's going to be tough. All right, so we got the Texans on the clock at 2.
So do they even go... So they need a quarterback, right?
They're going to go Richardson, I think, my friend.
Yeah, Will Anderson, you mean? Oh, you think Richardson?
Yeah. If you're the Texans, you're not going to go... I mean, like...
But we're
talking
everything.
about what we know now, right?
Yeah, so what you know. So do you go... I don't know if you go after Anthony Richardson then. I think, like, do you go back and do you still just, like, draft Will Anderson?
No.
Or do you
because
go get,
they
like,
had to trade up, right? They had to trade up.
Yeah.
I think their biggest need is quarterback. I think the second best QB would be Anthony Richardson. And I know he got hurt. It makes it really mysterious. But if I'm the Texans... Knowing what we saw from Bryce Young, give me Richardson.
What if he sucks? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if he would go with that. I mean, again, just knowing what you know, I don't know if that gives you enough security. Like, it's either that. Yeah, I don't know.
They're not. They need a quarterback.
They do.
Their quarterback was Davis Mills, man.
They do. No, I know. So then, all right. I thought they would lean towards Anderson and say, screw it. Like, we're going to be punting it away for QB and hoping to get a better one.
No, all right. That's easy for me.
All right.
All right. Now you got the Cards. This is where the Texans traded up to get Will Anderson.
Yes. So they could just get Will Anderson again. Or they could get Puka Nacua.
Oh, the Cardinals draft Puka Nacua here.
I mean, they do need a wide receiver.
Yeah,
but they could get a Will Anderson, a Jalen Carter. I think would be nice for them too.
Yeah, but I mean, the Cards are tricky, right? Because Kyler Murray was coming; he was torn ACL.
Yeah.
If Bryce Young fell to them at 3, would they just go, you know what?
No,
we
I don't
didn't expect him to be there.
I don't think so. I think, they could upgrade their secondary. They need an edge. So, like, Will Anderson would be nice. Yeah, I think, honestly, either one would be fine. Anderson, Carter would be okay. Even Witherspoon, you could throw back there.
Yeah. I think they would just take Will Anderson.
Yeah. All right.
Or do we try and... I don't want to try and trade back into it.
Like, that's too complicated.
Yeah, no trades. That's my rule.
No trades.
All right, so they'll take Will Anderson. I think he's...
Josh Allen's sister is pregnant. It's going to be an uncle, not a dad.
Oh, I thought it was Haley Steinfeld was pregnant.
Unless. There you go.
All right, so then we'll give them Will Anderson.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, nerd. Fucking stat nerd. Nothing pisses me off more than this. You want to get outside of Boomer? You want to get under my skin? Please. Fuck off.
That's how you go.
And I mean that. I don't mean it literally. I swear to God. Sod. You son of a bitch. Yeah, Elway was bad.
Okay, so do the Colts go Bryce Young or do they go Anthony Richardson?
They can't go Richardson. We gave him to the
I forgot that you did that, and I still disagree with it. But it's fine.
Texans
Okay.
got Richardson.
So do they go Bryce Young?
Ooh. What does Shane Steichen want here? Which cute?
It's true.
Yeah, those are all your options there.
That's what I want to hear. Patrick Mahomes, I won the Super Bowl for Brandon Perna. I think instead of you got John Elway to give you the Lombardi, the next time they win another one, bring out Brandon Perna. And Brandon Perna's just like cursing under his breath, just like son of a bitch. He hands him the Lombardi.
You know how many millions of dollars they would have to pay me to do that?
None.
All of them.
I mean, that'd be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope.
If Mahomes just talked shit to me after winning,
if he specifically asked, he's like, I want Brandon Perna to come to the Super Bowl because that one time that we freaky frauded, and I want him to hand me my Lombardi trophy.
Yeah,
I want that.
All right. Ooh, do the Colts take Bryce Young?
Thank you. I think
Or would they go Will Levis? Who would Shane Steichen pick at this point?
I think they go Bryce Young in that case. Because if it
I
wouldn't
think
work
Bryce
out,
Young
there's
would
something.
do a lot better with the Colts.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know what? Like we saw Gardner Minshew do all right with them. I think it's a similar performance from Bryce Young as a rookie. Now, Witherspoon was great. Seahawks just stick with Witherspoon?
Ooh, that or Carter. Yeah, but Witherspoon's really good for them. I'd go Witherspoon.
Because like if you don't take Witherspoon, you're probably still kind of looking for a corner.
Yeah.
Take Carter. It's because they need a presence in their interior. But yeah, they'll stick with Witherspoon.
So just an FYI, just to follow up on the hip drop too. So the committee chair, Rich McKay, said that officials will be told they can call penalties for swivel hip drop tackle, but they must see all three elements. So unweighing into legs needs to be on there as well. It's like it needs to then they won't call it again.
Oh yeah,
I'm just giving you what they said.
Right. They're not going to say a single thing that's going to make me feel good about it.
Someone goes, also notes there's no way to get reps officiating it since it doesn't happen in practice. This is going to be such a crap show. This is going to be a crap show.
We're actually practicing the hip drop tackle, so we don't do it in the game.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we now have a lot of guys on IR. Detroit Lions.
Oh, God. Oh, dude. I feel like if you gave them Christian Gonzalez or like...
Because they did... What did they trade? What did they do here?
Yeah, because they got Gibbs eventually, right?
They got Gibbs and Jack Campbell in the first round, right?
Yeah, so I think because they traded, right?
Let's see here.
It isn't possible.
Let me refresh my stupid brain.
This will be a hard one to call on the field. You have to see every element of it. We want to make it a rule so we can deal on the discipline during the week.
Yeah, the Lions traded back. So the Cardinals were picking at 6. That's when they took Paris Johnson. You know what? Let's just keep Gibbs. I think we criticized the Lions for taking him. I said no trades. So they got to decide between Gibbs and Jack Campbell. I think they're going to go.
I think
Gibbs
they go
again.
with Christian Gonzalez, dude, because like it would make their secondary better. While Gibbs is good, don't get me wrong. Like in terms of needs, like they still need to address secondary. Gonzalez was really good before he got hurt.
Fair.
Like, I
All
mean,
right, we'll give him. That's fine.
You know.
And then they can just cut Cam Sutton before he gets accused of domestic violence.
Everybody wins.
Easy.
Jalen Carter on the Raiders.
Because they went Tyree Wilson.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they're like monsters among men. It's insane. It is insane.
Yeah, you know what? Let's give him Jalen Carter. I like it. You're right.
Right? Why not?
Bam.
Make their D-line even more insane. Jalen Carter. All right. So
Falcons, they stick with Bijan, right? They don't redo it.
Yeah, I guess not. Oh, Brian Branch, I see you.
Well, yeah.
I see you, Brian Branch. That's correct. Yes, that's correct. All right, yeah. Why not? Stick with Bijan. Why not? Chicago.
They're just sitting there at 9. Now, we know they traded for Keenan Allen.
Yeah, they go offensive line. Like, they could use a wide receiver, but they still need offensive line.
Now, where did they moved? Where are they at? 8? They moved. They were at 10.
I heard about that.
They ended up at 10, and they took Darnell Wright.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, what if they just go Skoronski? Who's better, Wright or Skoronski?
Wright was okay for them. He's pretty solid for them. I don't even know what Skoronski did this year, and I just don't know.
Yeah. Who cares? It's a tackle, right?
I heard about this. Yeah, but I heard. Did you hear about this, Brandon? Sorry to interrupt.
No.
The 72-year-old Denver Nuggets fan who got banned from the
I saw somebody tagged me on Twitter.
But like she was like handing stuff like to the officials. She was like staying there with the families when she was asked not to. So apparently it was repeated over and over again. So I mean,
yeah, I wasn't gonna look into it because I didn't care.
That's fair. That's fair.
And honestly, I don't think 70. If you're 70 or older, you shouldn't be allowed to go to sporting events anyway.
Scott, hope you feel better soon, buddy.
No old people at sporting events. That's what I say.
Go see that doctor. Yeah, I would go offensive lineman. Yeah, it's just Skoronski or Wright. I don't know, man.
Hold on, I was trying to find something here.
Let's see. How did he do?
I'm just gonna go and see who was more highly rated.
Yeah, how did he play for the Titans? Skoronski wasn't too bad. Paris Johnson Jr. too.
Yeah, who is the best?
It is going to take all day. It's going to take all year. It could take forever.
We'll get cooking.
Yeah, and then that's going to get flagged too. So it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, give him. All right, so give him Wright. There you go. Wright made all rookie. There you go. Give him Wright. Boom.
Who is Wright? Darnell Wright?
Yeah.
They're gonna go with him again? Sure.
All
right.
Philadelphia. So they, bro. Ooh.
Because they don't have Jalen Carter.
They don't.
They went all Georgia all the time.
Scroll on down a little bit because they do eventually go Nolan Smith too, but that was later.
So they took Jalen Carter at 9. And then when did they draft again? It was probably the second round. Into the first, they got Nolan Smith at pick 30.
That's a good.
Broderick Jones, Michael Mayer, Zay Flowers.
Ooh, do they go Gibbs? They had Swift.
Yeah, but they don't have Swift now.
They could go offensive line.
I like them going Gibbs. Their secondary wasn't as good, right?
That was true. They did like Paris Johnson, right? The Eagles did.
The Eagles like Paris Johnson?
Yeah, because he visited with them.
All right, let's give them a boring ass pick. Suck it, Eagles.
Tennessee probably goes Skoronski, which didn't he end up on Tennessee anyway?
Yeah.
Well, actually, dude, if they need a wide receiver, which they do, I would draft Puka here for the year that he had.
Puka, or would you still go Zay Flowers?
I go Puka. I mean, Puka had a better year.
Give him Puka.
Puka had a much better year.
Well, yeah, but Puka had Stafford dealing him 1,000 dimes.
Sure. But this is like after the fact, you knew it, you know?
It's gonna be so funny. Where the fuck is Puka? Is he even on here? There he is. One. Bam. You're welcome. You're welcome, Tennessee.
There you go.
All right. Ooh.
Now, like
they went edge, right? They made the move for Will Anderson.
Yeah.
They get Tank Dell later, right? Was Tank Dell a rookie?
Tank Dell later, yeah.
So Nico Collins. What's that? Zay?
Go Zay? I think Zay
I
maybe.
feel like a Zay.
Zay or Jordan Addison, I think would be solid. I think Addison would do well there too, but I'd take Zay. Yeah.
Bam. Packers
Brian
are
Branch.
on
Brian
the clock.
Branch. Brian Branch. Brian Branch. Brian Branch.
Now, wait a second, though. You guys, who did you take right here?
Lucas
did
Van
you-
Ness. We took Lucas Van Ness. We went edge rusher.
Right.
No, this is it. I can finally undo my sins.
Yeah.
Give me Brian Branch. We needed safety. It was our number one thing. He did really well. Yeah, we got Xavier McKinney this year. That's
Okay.
fine. Give me.
Let me just ask you one question. Because I think it's between two Lions. Brian Branch, or you could take Sam Laporta right here.
Brian Branch. Brian Branch. Give me Brian Branch. Give me
All right.
Brian.
Okay, I'm going to give you Brian Branch.
Give me Brian. He was. Oh, you just passed him. No, go back up. Go back
I
up.
drafted him. I drafted him for
Okay, I
you.
just want to make sure. Okay. We did it! Finally! I
All
can
right.
now
So
ascend.
the Patriots cannot get.
Why am I not disappearing?
Well, they moved back anyway,
Why am
didn't
I
they?
still here?
They went back to 17 to take Christian Gonzalez. All right. Ooh.
Maybe Joey Porter Jr. because they needed corner.
Yeah, they still go corner. You're right.
Oh, what a day. What a day.
Bam.
What a day.
Okay.
The
The
Jets.
New York Jets.
I failed to wrap.
They
this.
took Will McDonald,
Had a farm. I actually
defensive
really like Will
end.
McDonald coming out of the draft.
What did he do?
Oh, McDonald had a
Nothing?
farm.
Did Will McDonald do nothing for them?
They draft Will Levis.
We drafted the wrong Will. I mean, honestly, with
They need
Aaron
offense.
Rodgers getting
Give him
hurt.
I'd give him Skoronski. Like, right? Give him offensive lineman.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? I mean, they need it. Who's going to deny that?
All right, who do the Commanders take?
Ooh.
They took corner Emmanuel Forbes. That was their first pick, Forbes.
I mean, their offensive line was bad as well last season. Like, I feel like they could go for like a Broderick Jones. Maybe. How did Broderick Jones do?
Yeah, but like also what did they do, right? They traded Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Would they maybe try and get their replacement as well?
Mm.
Dude,
Sorry, Sam.
this edge class was not.
You're saying like the names weren't like insane.
Yeah, the production, I know Yaya.
All right, Broderick struggled last season. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I mean,
Oh.
All right, so don't give him Broderick. Don't.
No,
do
they
it.
can go tackle. I think that's a smart move for the.
But he
Commanders.
struggled last year because they know what kind of player that they are, or at least an idea. of their
Oh,
first
right.
season.
Okay. Yeah,
what
I
I
don't
mean?
know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it. 100%.
Cansey wasn't bad, right?
Mm.
Dalton Kincaid. Ooh, because they are going to need a tight end, right? They moved on from
Pretty
Logan
much.
Thomas. Maybe they
Oh,
go
so
Dalton
Sam
Kincaid.
Why don't they go Laporta?
Well, either one.
Yeah, go Laporta. Why not?
All right.
Why not?
Sorry, Sam. We just ruined Sam Laporta's life.
May have.
We just absolutely ruined Sam Laporta's life. Yeah, because they signed Zach Ertz, right?
Yeah, sorry,
Tight
Sam.
end makes sense. Let's go Laporta.
Sorry, Sam. So sorry.
Look at him all the way down here at 59. Damn.
R.I.P. Oh no, Lions aren't gonna be as good. Oh man. What a
Steelers
shame.
picking at 17.
Ooh.
Well, we know
Will
they're
Levis?
going to be in the. What if they go Levis? I mean, at this moment in time, Will Levis, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. I don't know who's better, Tom. I
No,
really
honestly,
don't.
though, I think because they eventually get rid of Deontay Johnson. Is Addison still there?
Well, they got Smith. They got Smith in Jigba, Jordan Addison. Yeah, you want to give him Addison?
I mean, you could. That's not their biggest need. They need offensive line, but
Oh, there's Tank Dell.
yeah, I don't think. I think they're.
I'm gonna give him Dontavian Wicks.
That'd be cool, but I don't think they need him here. I think they need to go offense.
I'm gonna take him
Offensive-
from you.
I think O-line probably no. It's my Dontavian Wicks.
All right. We want tackle, interior O-line. Who's the best one?
Yeah, just go. No, Puka's not available anymore. You think Tank Dell for Steelers? No, Mayo boy. Yeah. So people are saying Osiris too, because that's who the Jaguars wound up drafting, right?
Yeah, how good is he?
Yeah, give him Osiris. Why not?
I don't care. It's the Steelers.
Why not?
Whoever that lineman is, they're going to look horrible trying to protect Russell Wilson.
Osiris went to the Bills. I apologize. Then who did? Oh, Harrison went to the Jaguars. That's my mistake. I apologize.
They are going to block for 7 seconds and still give up a sack. That's
Fair.
what's going to happen in Pittsburgh.
Ooh, that's a good question. Russ in his prime or Chiefs three-peat? What's worse?
Which fate would be more painful for you as a Broncos fan?
Like
Russ
Russ does
turning
amazing,
back
or-
into prime. Oh, Chiefs three-peat.
There you go.
Yeah. Like at least Tree can enjoy Russ playing well, you know?
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Lions, because they. All right, so
They can still get their guy, Jack Campbell.
do you think you go with him in the first? Like he had a. I know in the beginning of the year, like he was doing pretty well, and then
Ooh, maybe they steal. Maybe they go.
they go Dalton Kincaid because they didn't get Laporta. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. All right, Tampa.
The
Ooh.
Buccaneers took Kalijah Cansey. That's right.
Okay.
So we know Baker's good.
I don't think they need another receiver.
Yeah, the only argument you might make is what, linebacker? I think they just go Cansey again.
Yeah, I might go linebacker because, especially with Devin White leaving too. Linebacker? LB?
But then they're going to have to replace Cansey, right?
Yeah, how did Tyree Wilson do last year? I feel like I did not hear his name a lot.
He had like 3.5 sacks.
Okay.
I remember thinking he was a really good pick for the Raiders, and then, you know, I didn't hear a lot about him.
Okay.
Oh, what about Gibbs to
Ooh.
Tampa?
That'd be interesting. Why not? Gives Baker a weapon too. I like that. I'm okay with that. Oh, no. Not the Lions getting worse.
I'm sorry, we gave the Lions Dalton Kincaid over Gibbs. Deal with it.
Why
It's a
did you give
redraft.
the Lions Gibbs? I don't know. No bias here, guys. Nothing.
Which running backs are still available? Ooh, they can get Achane. Ooh, what about
Ooh.
Devin Achane? They took Zach Charbonnet, but if we're talking about explosiveness, Tajay Spears pretty good.
I'll go. Yeah, H-Chan would be fun.
To the Seahawks?
H-Chan would be fun.
Achane to the Charger. Ooh, Achane to the Ravens.
That'd be really cool.
Ooh, who are we gonna give Achane?
But do the Chargers pick him up beforehand because it didn't work out with Eckler?
Yeah, that's what, like,
You could give him JSN. You could give him JSN. They picked JSN.
fuck it. Suck it, Seattle.
Good.
All right. I kind of like Achane to the Chargers.
I do too. Do it.
Sorry, Miami.
Dude, but I would, if you stick with like running back, I'd be like Charbonnet, right? Because he runs Like, he would do very well, I think, with the Baltimore Ravens if they were going running back again.
Yeah, they needed a receiver. Oh, they didn't get Zay, but
Oh, go Addison. Yep, I like that. Good thinking. Good thinking.
haha, Minnesota, you get stuck with Quentin Johnston.
Wait, why would they draft him, though? They wouldn't draft him. I'm very happy he went there. But
Yeah, they did.
Okay, great.
No, he just had, like, I'm going to give Quentin another year.
No,
I think it was just a
there was
rough rookie year. I think
there
the
was any
talent's
receiver
still
they
there.
would go with, though, it would be like Tank Dell or Rashee Rice before it'd be Quentin Addison. Excuse me. Or Quentin Johnson. Jesus. Okay.
Jaguars. Who did they take last year?
We went through this. We just went through this. They
Anton Harrison,
Anton.
offensive line. They traded back.
Is there a good offense? Hold on, go all. Who's there still? Do they go Broderick Jones?
Sure.
Why not? Why not? Could always use an offensive line help. Plus, they spend way too much money on their offensive line anyway. Yeah, Harrison's right there. You can give him the same one if you want.
Yeah, but I don't know how good they could get a corner. They could get tight end. Yeah, they can. Fuck it. You get Broderick. All right, Giants.
Jesus. Will Levis.
Can we just hand in our franchise? What if they go Levis?
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, it's okay. They could do Van Ness.
No, it's Levis, baby.
All right, give him Levis.
Give him Levis.
Let's give him the Mayo man. I mean, talk about a team that needs a linebacker. It is the Dallas Cowboys. Also, if they go wide receiver, they could go Tank Dell. Like, because they needed somebody. Like, Cooks was fine in, like, stretches, but...
Yeah, they took Mazie Smith on their defensive line.
Because they need to stop the run. They were trying to stop the run.
Yeah. And Mazie Smith was pretty good, right?
He didn't do... Because they made... So, I talked to Scooter about that. They made him lose a ton of weight, and it just didn't really work out the way they wanted it to. But we'll see how he does second year. I think
maybe they go Tyree Wilson then. Nolan Smith he's right. He was injured, right?
I mean, yeah, he got injured. Van Ness is not bad. He's just a raw talent.
Maybe they go Kalijah Cansey. If they still want that defensive line, Cansey is probably better.
Yeah, why not? Why not? All right, who's your team? Who your team getting? Are you going to get Tyree Wilson? Or are you going to get an edge rusher? Because,
Yeah, but nobody was great as edge.
I would say Van Ness is like solid. Van Ness was solid for us. It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. Looking at some secondary players.
Matt Milano got hurt, right? That was a big thing.
Maybe they get Jack Campbell.
Yeah, was there anybody that was like insane that stood out at linebacker last year? Michael Mayer.
Luke Musgrave was good. Oh, yeah. Luke Musgrave would actually be a nice pick for them because they didn't get their other tight ends.
Yeah, I think Michael Mayer.
Okay.
He went to the Raiders, right? And I think just didn't get the opportunities or looks. You guys, Musgrave came along there.
Do it up. Give him Michael Mayer.
Running backs, okay. Offensive line. Taking my time.
I'm making my way downtown, walking fast.
All right, fine. I'll give him Michael Mayer. I think he would do well in Buffalo.
All right.
I think we'd be talking about him a little more like Dalton Kincaid.
Ooh, Cincinnati. Need some secondary help.
They took defensive end Miles Murphy.
I mean, honestly, Van Ness would be a nice pick for them here then. Just speaking completely biased as a Packers, but...
Over Tyree Wilson?
If Tyree Wilson didn't do that well last, I just know Van Ness better.
All right, boom, you get Van Ness.
Saints, God, a better cap. I was looking at quarterback too. I don't know.
Ooh. Give him a corner. Who did they take? Saints went Brian Breezy, defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm. You give him the same. Go the same way.
I bet.
Hmm?
You never have enough corners, right?
Deontay Banks.
Sure.
All right. Who do we draft with Philly before? Paris Johnson.
Paris Johnson.
So now they go get dude, give him Tank Dell. Actually, no. Don't give him Tank Dell. Don't give him Tank Dell. We're going to save Tank Dell. We're going to save. You get a new defensive or offensive coordinator. Oh, they're gonna put up numbers. Oh, wait, because they didn't get Jalen Carter or anything like that too. Maybe they go get like Van Ness. They shore up that defensive line a little bit more, or they get offensive line. Ooh, Jack Campbell would be pretty good. I like that pick too. Campbell would be pretty solid. LB. Yeah, go linebacker. Go. People saying Jack Campbell. I like that.
Bam. That works.
Tank Dell to the Chiefs. Tank Dell to the Kansas City Chiefs. That makes sense. And you can't even deny it, Brandon. It makes sense. Tank Dell right there, number 75.
No, because look, they get Rashid Rice later.
They get Tank Dell at 75. That's what they do. They could go get Jayden Reed. They could go get Dontavian Wicks. But that they're going to get Tank Dell if they knew. The scriptwriter always wins. Tank Dell just makes sense. Brandon.
Nope, they got Michael Jones.
Did you just get...
They got Michael Jones out of Tulane. Oh, you think I'm going to give him Tank Dell?
I tried.
My brother in Christ. Not on my watch.
All right, last pick. Who do the Steelers get?
Steelers could take Mims or Tank Dell. Josh Downs started to look good. Like Marvin Mims didn't get the opportunities. He would get Russell Wilson again. That would be funny. Great special teamer. Tank Dell. Who else do they need? We gave him line. You want to just give him more line?
No. Kobe Turner. I forgot about Kobe Turner. That's on me. But if you're the Steelers, but Porter's already gone, right? Yeah, I think Porter's already gone. Just go to all.
We give him Forbes.
I give him Forbes. Why not? We did it. Totally no bias whatsoever.
Damn.
Not at all. This is round 2, so we did it.
Oh, we did it. That was it. Oh, thank God.
So the Chiefs would get Tank Dell, is what the obviously.
Nope. Chiefs got who they got.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Chiefs got who they got. Now, can we see our whole draft board?
Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
I didn't get my video up Friday about the Jaguars $22 million heist man, so that should be coming up later today.
Nice. I was going to do a team reaction, but now I think I'm going to do a NFL reaction to the hip drop tackle. So
there you go.
I think we're going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, team reactions coming out this week. Folks, we'll be back maybe on Wednesday, depending on what the news is. Definitely Friday, one or the other. We'll probably just skip one of those this week unless crazy news happens. But folks, I appreciate the heck out of you. I got to go poop. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.